What's going on, guys? Wavy here, bringing you a brand new video. In this video, we're going over 3 different Cypher setups for each site on Split now that it's back in the map pool. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for our first 3 Cypher setups, we're going to be starting on a site, and the first thing you want to do is go rafters and throw the camera up there. Make sure to do a jump throw, and this way you can see if people cross to ramp, and you can see all of site basically. Next, you want to throw your tripwire on this angle right here to catch anyone going main, and then throw another one here. Just make sure that you don't miss anyone, and the main point of this setup is that you're actually going to be playing site. So you throw a trip down there, people push in, and it helps you move around site. It can help you cross, get back, whatever you need to do, and then you still have a cage for if you need to leave site and play your life, which is really, really important when playing Cypher. Alright, for the second step, you're going to go rafters once again and stand in this corner and aim here. Another jump throw for your cam. And with this cam, you'll actually be able to see if anyone is main right off the bat, which gives you great early round info. For the trip, you're going to place one here and the other one right here. For this setup, you're going to be primarily playing on site, which is why the trips are a little more pushed up and the enemies can take more space. But if you're playing back in elbow, you can get some free kills and use a cage there. And similar last time, you can use the cage here to spam if anyone hits your trip, but you can also use it as an exit smoke, which is really, really important to play your life. All right, for our third and final setup, we're going to throw the cam right where it was for our first setup. So it'll give you that great early round info to let you know if anyone crosses to ramps. And you're going to throw one trip main here to get anyone who may walk out. Basically a free easy kill. And you're going to throw the other trip off of this box here. Make sure it's diagonal so that people can't push you, because for this setup, you're going to be playing screens. You'll use one Cypher cage to use as cover if anyone hits your trips. And then you have the other one if you want to cross the site, do whatever you want. Really, it's up to you. It's all about how you want to play it and what makes sense for that round specifically. But if they have both trips, you can use both cages. Like I said, completely up to you. And then we're going to be moving on to B site. All right, for the B setups, we are starting with one of the best. So the first thing you want to do is go heaven and rafters, and then throw your camp up on this wall. Make sure you jump, throw it higher than you usually would be able to. This way, when enemies walk out B main, you can see their feet and they can't see your cam yet, which gives you great info and makes the cam super duper strong. Then throw your trip here on main. Make sure it lands on the wire and not on the wall that's B main so that they can't break it easily. Then line up with this door frame, aim right where I do and a little bit to the left, and then throw a cage. That'll be a one-way, so when people push B main, if you activate that cage, you'll be able to see their feet and they won't be able to see any part of you. Then throw your second trip right there, basically on default, and play right behind the box that's default. And then this way you can play this so many ways. If anyone hits the second trip, you can swing off it, you can pop that second cage. This is, in my opinion, the best B setup, but let's get into some other ones. All right, so for our second B setup, what we're going to do is keep the cam exactly where it is because it's one of the best B cams you can have. It gives you that great info B main, and you can even see heaven, which is awesome. And then throw your trip exactly like I do, diagonal, so you get people that walk out main and maybe pushing site. And then throw your second trip here, because a lot of people, after pushing out main, like to swing that wide. They may be looking heaven, they may be looking backsite, trying to get those picks. But we're actually going to play back here for this setup, and that way when anyone hits your trips, you can pop your cage and spam them through this wall. It works for both trips, which is nice. And then you also have your second cage if you want to exit like I do. You do need to be careful if people push you backside like that. But other than that, this is a really strong setup. And for the third and final setup, what we want to do is this is a super defensive setup, just to mix things up a little bit. This solves the problem from the last setup of people pushing you and wrapping you around the site. You're going to throw the same one-way cage for main because you want to make sure that if anyone is main, you can capitalize on that and punish them for trying to go main. And you can see heaven with your cam, and then if you see anyone swing main, you can pop your cage, pick them off, but you also don't have to worry about anyone wrapping you, so this is a really strong setup. And that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps with Split coming back to the map pool, but if you want more content like this, let me know, and like and follow.